Hi, I'm Wendelika Cline from littlewoollythings.com, and this tutorial video is a companion to my Gypsy Caravan Shawl pattern. I'm going to be showing you how to work the bell ruffles to finish your shawl. As I noted in the Tools and Materials section at the beginning of the pattern, you will need either a very long circular needle or 3 sets of circular needles, one for each side of the shawl, in order to fit the stitches for the entire circumference of the shawl on the needles. I'm using the Options interchangeable needles from Knit Picks. While working on the full-size shawl, I used their cable connectors to connect 2 cables together in order to have enough room for all the stitches. For this tutorial, I worked up a mini shawl in a crescent shape using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Superwash in Bamboo Heather. This is a much heavier yarn than the Gypsy Caravan Shawl pattern uses, but I thought it would be easier for you to see in the video. Now I would like to show you how I worked at the corners here. I picked up 3 stitches in this corner stitch in order to make the ruffle a little bit more full right here at the tip to turn the corner more gracefully, and I did the same thing at this edge. I picked up 3 new knit stitches out of this one. So I have picked up and knitted a multiple of 4 stitches all the way around the perimeter of the shawl, and this is a multiple of 4 stitches. So the first 4 rows of the bell ruffle pattern are all identical. Since you're working in the round, you don't have to worry about front side and back side. It's just a purl 3, knit 1. Purl 3, knit 1, purl 3, and knit 1, all the way around. You might want to put a stitch marker at the beginning of the round to keep track of where you are, and do this 4 times. And now I'm back after working rows 1 through 4, and we're ready to begin row 5 with a purl 3, and I'm going to work that purl and then cinch that up fairly tightly because I don't really want a gap where I'm turning this corner here. So purl 3, and then the next 3 stitches are all worked into this stitch right here, which is this column of knit stitches in the middle of the purls. So what I'm going to do is knit 1 into this stitch, and then I'm going to go around. I'm going to pull my yarn to the front, my needle to the back, and go through the back of this stitch, wrap around and come back through the back. I'm going to switch the needle forward and the yarn back again and work another knit stitch into that same stitch. So now at the top of this column we have a knit 1, purl 1 through the back loop. So knit 1, purl 1 through the back loop, knit 1, all coming out of this one stitch here. And we'll do that again. Purl 3, and at the top of this column of knits I'm going to knit 1, bring the yarn forward and the needle back, purl through the back loop, switch the yarn to the back and the needle to the front, and knit just like that all the way around. And now we are beginning row 6, which is purl 3, knit 3. So purl 3, just like we have done at the beginning of all the other rounds. Oops. And now those 3 stitches that are at the top of the knit column all 3 of those are knitted. So now it's just kind of like a straight ribbing. Knit 3, purl 3, knit 3, purl 3, knit 3. All the way around. And now we're up to row 7, and I just wanted to show you what this looks like at this point. Row 7 will be an increase row, and if we were working this flat, this would be the right side, and all of the even numbered rows would be your wrong side. But because we're working this in the round, we are always looking at the right side, so we're going to think of this as an increase row. And what we're going to do is purl 3, and then the directions tell you to yarn forward, okay? And this may be opposite of the way you think of it, but when I think of yarn forward, I think of it as toward me, okay? And then we're going to knit 3 and yarn over back, okay? So knit 3 and then take the yarn over the needle to the back of the work, and then back to the front again to purl 3, yarn forward, and then it goes to the back of the work, knit 3, and yarn back, and then to the front again to purl. Purl 3, yarn forward, knit 3, yarn back. And now we're on row 8. And row 8 corresponds to what would be the wrong side row if we were working flat. So we're doing a purl 3, and this first knit stitch is the yarn over, so we want to knit into the front of it normally, which twists that yarn over stitch and closes this gap. So we're going to knit a total of 5 stitches from the first twisted yarn over to the open yarn over, which leaves a nice big hole. And then we're going to purl 3, knit into this twisted stitch. I like to pull it out where I can get a little bit easier grab on it there. Knit 2, 3, 4, and knit into this last. So that's a knit 5, purl 3, and keep going like that all the way around. And now we are up to row 9, which is purl 3, yarn forward, knit 5, yarn back. So this is a lot like row 7 was. We just have 2 extra stitches in there now. So, and we're going to increase by 2 more. Purl 3, yarn forward, knit 5, yarn back. And you can see this is increasing by 2 stitches in each repeat every other row. So this is definitely going to make it ruffly. We're continuing with the 3 pearls in between each bell shape, and it's just going to fan out this way and make a really nice ruffle. And now we're up to row 10, which is purl 3, knit 7, and then rows 11 and 12 are pretty much the same thing that we've been doing before. So if you have the pattern for the Gypsy Caravan Shawl, you've got the instructions right there in front of you, and I think I've probably shown you enough that you can work the last 2 rows and bind it off and have your shawl finished. If you are interested in the Gypsy Caravan Shawl pattern, you can go to my website, littlewoollythings.com. There is a page on my website for patterns, and if you just click on the menu list that goes to patterns, I have links to all the different places where you can buy all of my patterns. I have a Ravelry store. The Gypsy Caravan Shawl pattern is available also on Knit Picks, and it's also available in my Etsy shop, which is Little Woolly Things on Etsy. So if you are interested in the pattern, please look me up or shoot me an email, and I can give you that information with clickable links and everything. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.